What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Today, I'm helping out with a project for Yazan, Dabbagh, D-A-B-B-A-G-H. He contacted me and said he has a school project that he's doing, and it is basically whether or not steroids should be accepted in professional sports. And he's looking for a bunch of different resources, and he would actually like to hear what I had to say about it because I've been there and done it. Now, here's flat out my opinion on steroids in sports. Yes, they should absolutely be allowed. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, all these new different records that are being broken, records that are set, are being done by people on drugs. It's just a fact. That's the way it is. Whether they're testing positive or not, it doesn't matter. They're using drugs. Now, all these crazy things that people are doing that are, off the charts as far as they thought what humans could do, wouldn't even be close to what they're doing if they weren't taking the drugs. But here's where I have the problem with not taking drugs. If you have somebody that is like a Kevin Levrone, so genetically inclined that he can run, bench, jump, do all this stuff without actually training for it, and you have someone who's not as genetically inclined to it, but they're still a great athlete, how is that fair when they're in the field for Kevin to have the genetic advantage? See what I'm saying? So now without the drugs, you're going to have people with great genetics that are going to excel, and they're going to be better than the people who don't have the genetics. So what do? Take all the great genetic people, stick them on one team? Well, now you have one dominant team that dominates every sport. So that's just stupid. Who wants to see one team of great guys go against everybody else who's not so great? However, steroids, HGH, and performance-enhancing drugs can even out the playing field a little bit to the point where they may not be as big a gap. So now there's more of an even playing field with these people, and you have better games, better sports, new records being broken, and exciting things happening. Excuse me. Now, as far as, is it cheating? No. If you are offered the opportunity, you can use performance-enhancing drugs or you cannot, and you choose not to, that's not cheating. If they're banned in your organization and you're taking them, yes, that is now cheating. So technically, by definition, a lot of these athletes are cheating right now because they're banned. However, all of these athletes, and I don't care who you are, Lance Armstrong, Marion Jones, all these people, Barry Bonds, everybody who you don't think is using, is using. And it'll come out sooner or later. I mean, look at, what's his name, Alex Rodriguez. How many times has this guy been popped already? Nobody even knew about him using anything. And he just got popped again not that long ago. And he doesn't look like a mass monster. He doesn't have these stats of some of these other guys, but he's taking them because he needs to recover in between games. You cannot play 500 games a year of baseball and recover naturally. And you have to play those games because you're the big star. You're the one with the jerseys that they're selling in the stands for $60, anywhere from $60 to $150 a pop. And your ass better be on the field and using those drugs to make sure that you're there as the face of the team. So now here we have the dilemma, legal and illegal. So athletes that are using illegal drugs, should that be permitted? Yes, because what they should do is get a prescription from the team doctor and let the doctor watch the blood work, watch everything that's going on, liver enzymes, all that stuff, cholesterol, and make sure that the athletes are still healthy, which can be done, okay? The problem is it's just not done. Let them monitor all this stuff. Let them give the prescriptions. Now, nobody's getting arrested for performance-enhancing drugs. Nobody's taking them that doesn't want to be taking them. And nobody's cheating because everybody's offered the same opportunity to do it. So now what happens? You have sports that are going to continue to push the threshold of human performance and do better and bigger things than never thought before possible. And at the same time, you have someone watching out for the health of these athletes like the doctors. And again, these companies are going to make huge amounts of money. And then nobody's considered a liar, cheat, or steal because it's all done legally. It's all on level playing ground. So why the hell would you not go ahead and put these guys on steroids? They're going to do it anyways. It doesn't matter who you are. I remember I sat down with Dr. Fred Hatfield. They call him Dr. Squat. He was the one that did my certification for my first ISSA certification back in like 1993 or 94. And when we were getting certified, we were in the class, and Hatfield says to us, all of us, he says, if you have a client that comes to you, because we're all fresh-faced personal trainers going to make our mark in the industry, he said, if you have a client that comes to you and they want to jump like Michael Jordan, do not promise them they can jump like Michael Jordan. If they come to you and they want to throw a baseball like Roger Clemens, do not promise them they can throw that baseball. And he straight out said that he's worked with collegiate, elite, Olympic athletes, and all of them dope. Every single one of them. All of them. And that's why they're able to do the things that they do and recover and all this stuff, because they have an advantage to get their body to recover from the drugs. Now, do I think it should be mandatory in sports? No, absolutely nothing should be mandatory, but the option should be given to let those athletes make a decision for themselves. I mean, here's the thing that kills me. They're bad for you. Steroids are bad for you. They're going to kill you. What's the first thing that a team does when they win a championship? They pop open bottles of champagne, a poison to your body, and cover themselves in it. They pour it all over themselves and drink it till they're completely hammered. But that's okay, because it's legal. It doesn't matter what harm it's doing to your body. You're an athlete. It's screwing up your liver. But go ahead and pound that bottle of champagne and wake up in the morning throwing up. That's fine. Maybe drive drunk and kill someone. That's fine. But to take a performance-enhancing drug that will make you better at your sport is bad, because why? It may make my cholesterol go up. It may not. And there are ways to go around that too. Everybody in general has at some point enhanced their performance. Whether you're in school, you go to a job. I mean, you're in school, you got to stay up late, you're drinking the coffee. I mean, how many times drinking the coffee? You know, or you got a job that you got to go to, and you're working a double. You got two jobs. You're going from one to the other job, and you either drink the coffee or drink a Monster drink, or you pop a caffeine pill, and you go to the next job because you're going to provide for your family. That's enhancing your performance. That's not a natural thing that you're doing. You're forcing the body to push beyond what it wants to do because you're ready to go home and go to bed. But you will do that and go on because you need to provide for your family. Regardless of what, they tell you straight out, caffeine is awful for you. Causes heart problems, causes all kinds of issues. High cholesterol, high blood pressure, all these things, even issues with stomach issues. Different reflux issues could be caused by caffeine. But that's okay as long as you have to go provide for your family. What's the difference between that and these athletes? They're going to provide for their families. They're enhancing their performance. There are some conductors doing the symphonies with their little, they'll take a Xanax or Valium before they go out there to do their thing because they need to be calm and focused to be able to do their little thing with the wand that they do. That's enhancing your performance. That's not natural. You took a drug to get an effect. So you see, there's a lot of enhancing going on all over the world every day. And I don't think athletes are any different. I don't think the drugs are any more dangerous than alcohol or tobacco or Tylenol. Look up the stats. Tylenol is 10 million times more toxic than any steroid ever is. Problem is people abuse things, and that's a whole other thing. But so Yazan, I hope this helps you out with your project. And my final take on it is, yes, I think athletes should be able to take them. Yes, I think that they should be provided